You are trying to enjoy the Prakriti, that is your ignorance. Beyond that, all of Prakriti is for the enjoyment of God. And you yourself are for the enjoyment of God. So there is the one enjoyer, and everything else is for His enjoyment. That is spiritual consciousness. And if you don't get that one point, you will then be reborn. You will then keep coming back in the world, as we did in the past and as we shall continue. Once Akbar, the famous Akbar Birbal stories, the Mohammedan ruler Akbar and his wise minister Birbal. So Akbar had a dream in which his teeth fell out. On waking up, he started inquiring from his ministers what was the meaning of this dream. Some of them were into dream reading and they interpreted it saying, in your lifetime, one by one, all your relatives will pass away. That is what the dream signifies. And Akbar was so annoyed on hearing that whoever would give that interpretation, he would tell them to be taken to the prison for 3 days and thrown into the cellar. Few days later, he met Birbal and asked him the same thing. In my dream, all my teeth fell out. What does it mean? Birbal said, Huzur, it means you will have such a long life, you will outlive all your relatives. Akbar said, thank you so much. Arrange for a gift to give to him. The minister said, you said the same thing that we did. And how come he's thanking you and not us? Birbal said, it's in the choice of words. So Sri Krishna, the choice of his words, if you don't realize my divine nature as the enjoyer of all sacrifices, he doesn't say you shall be continuously rotate in the cycle of life and death. He just says you shall be reborn. You will come back here and then come back here. Enjoy from lifetime to lifetime. COVID in this lifetime, Ebola in the next lifetime. Many enjoyable things in this world of Maya. So you will have to keep coming here. There is no choice. So the point he has made is very important. I am the enjoyer of all the yagyas. What are yagyas? Yagyas are austerities that are performed for a higher purpose. Performance of austerities, everybody does. The student life itself, you learn the need for austerities to get good results. You grow up, you realize you need to cultivate so many varieties of knowledge to get a good job. And then people perform austerities to get the partner that they choose. And then the big austerities in raising chunnu munnu pappu tinku start. Huge austerities. Everybody is performing austerities. Look at the austerities the athletes perform. It is, if you contemplate over it, because they are in the area of peak performance, where a fraction of a second can make the difference between gold and 5th place. And that is why they have to push themselves to the limit of their capacities to perform to the best possible. And to do that, they undertake such severe austerities. Now, when these austerities are done not for just your sake, they are done for a higher purpose, then they are called yagya. In the third, fourth chapter, Sri Krishna explained Arjun, Yajna is not merely a fire sacrifice. It's a limited understanding. Anything that you are doing, whether it is studying, whether it is applying yourself to your work, etc., etc., can all be a yajna if it is for a higher purpose. But those who know the secret of yajna, they understand that the Supreme is the enjoyer of all yajnas. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha, he says. I am the enjoyer. When you understand God is the enjoyer, you are in spiritual consciousness. When you think, I am the enjoyer, you are in material consciousness. Just a little change, that's all. That's all. Some members of the Mensa, they met in Maryland. They had their meetup. You know the Mensa people? You need to have an IQ above 140 to be a member of Mensa, which means only 2% of the population qualifies. So it's a very elite group, elite on the basis of the innate intellect. So these Mensa members decided to meet in a restaurant. And there, while they were enjoying their lunch, they realized that in the salt container there was pepper, and in the pepper container there was salt. And both were full to the brim. So they then decided that why don't we exchange both of them? But this would exert the intellect of the Mensa people. And they thought and pondered and exerted their intellect to come up with a solution, and decided that it entailed getting a napkin, a stick, and a saucer. And they called the waiter over and said, waiter, we have realized that the wrong ingredients are in the two containers and we are willing to change them. So before they could complete, the waiter said, oh sir, I'm so sorry. He picked the lid of the salt and the lid of the pepper and exchanged it. Sometimes overthinking and being a genius can work against you. A little change is all that was needed. Likewise, what is material consciousness? Now, Maharshi Kapil, he has written the Sankhya Darshan. He has analyzed why people suffer in the world. His philosophy is called Purush Prakriti Vad. So he says that the Purush, or the soul, is trying to enjoy Prakriti or Maya. The soul is trying to enjoy Maya. Now, you use your intellect to enjoy. You can enjoy tamasic things, sattvic things, rajasic things. And this is the cause of all miseries, which is also the Buddhist philosophy. The Buddha says, his 4 golden truths, there's suffering in the world. Second truth, suffering has a reason. Third truth, the reason for suffering is desires. And fourth, you finish desires and suffering will finish. So, Maharshi Kapil has given similar somewhat, Purush Prakriti Vad. The Purush is trying to enjoy Prakriti or Maya. The moment the Purush stops trying this bhokta mentality, the world is for my enjoyment, the soul will be liberated. But the Bhagavad Gita is going beyond that. The Bhagavad Gita goes into the positive. You are trying to enjoy the Prakriti, that is your ignorance. Beyond that, all of Prakriti is for the enjoyment of God. And you yourself are for the enjoyment of God. So there is the one enjoyer, and everything else is for his enjoyment. That is spiritual consciousness. In that consciousness, you come to the conclusion that you are the servant of God. And not only you, everything in creation. Dasabhutamidam tasya jagat sthavara jangamam Sriman Narayana Swami Jagatam Prabhurishvara. In the Padma Puran, Ved Vyas has written that Sthavar Jangam, sentient, insentient, the sun, the moon, the stars, the living beings, the devatas, they are all servants of God. Some know it, some don't know it. So in material consciousness, you were trying to be the master. The moment you accept your servitude, you are now situated in spiritual consciousness. Sri Krishna is saying, Arjun, in that kind of consciousness, you will then realize me to be the enjoyer of all that you do. And if you don't get that one point, you will then be reborn. You will then keep coming back in the world, as we did in the past and as we shall continue. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Shankaracharya says that you will be born, you will die, and then again you will hang upside down in a mother's womb. Right now, if I ask you to do Shirshasana for 5 minutes, you will say, Ab main mara, ab main mara. And that time we did Shirshasana for many months. And we will keep on doing that Shirshasana until we understand he is the enjoyer, not me. That one little difference. But the one mistake that exists in our devotion to a greater or lesser extent. The Seva Bhav is not yet complete. And we try to be the enjoyer in some way or the other. I want to enjoy this, I want to enjoy that, I want to enjoy this. And true spirituality is, I want to serve and give pleasure. Even if I am doing sadhana, I am doing it for his sake. And that is why seva is the very essence of true spirituality. Because without seva, how will you understand this verse? You will sit in sadhana, but the service mentality will not come. So this verse needs to be pondered over very deeply.